Hey guys, welcome back to AJ's Wig Stash, and today I will be demonstrating on how I cut and style my bob wigs. So let's get into it. Today I have my Bobbiana unit. I had added highlights to it, and I had sold this exact wig for one of my past ready to ship collections. To make sure when it's time to cut, the cut is clean, I'm going to start off by flat ironing my wig. The goal for me here is to make sure the wig is really flat and perfectly styled. So when it's time for me to cut it, the cut is clean and perfect, and it just gives that look, if you know what I mean. Once you're done flat ironing the hair and styling it, making sure it's flat on top, make sure everything looks beautiful and perfect as you can see right now in the video, I'm going to go ahead and grab my clippers and comb. I'm going to get my all-purpose comb and get a good section of hair so I can create my guide. Once you cut that particular section that you grab with the comb, that's your guide, which is the length that you're going to be following throughout the whole head to make sure it's all the same length and it's equal. Every time I'm cutting a bob, I always use my clippers. Why? I feel like it gives it a very more sharp cut, and I love that blunt cut that the bobs have, and I feel like it really does add a nice flow to it. So I always use my clippers, and then after using the clippers, I come around with my shears and I cut the excess hair that wasn't cut from the clippers just to make it more neat and more clean, and obviously it's going to give you a better flow. Look, when you're cutting, especially when you're using the clippers, it really cuts the hair very quick, so take your time. Just a quick tip that I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. When you lay your wig down on the canvas head, make sure it fits your wig and make sure it lays flat, so when you cut in it, afterwards it doesn't look choppy on the client's head. Okay, if you look closer, you can kind of see what I was talking about with even if you're using the clippers, you see some hair still stick out. I'm pulling it right there. That's the hairs you would use your shears to go ahead and cut off and make it more neat. It's so obvious right there. It's irritating me on how it's just sticking out like that. So really, I'm just going around, like I said before, making sure everything's the same length. I'm using the comb to also help me out, keeping the hairs together. So when I pass it with the clippers, it's all cutting at the same length. After doing that, I'm going to grab my shears and I'm going to go in and cut the hairs that were sticking out. Okay, I got my shears, and as you can see, I'm cutting the longer pieces that were not cut from the clippers, and I angled the wig that way because I know my clients, especially when they have a bob wig, they want to move their head around, they're going to be tilting their head forward, and I want to make sure when they tilt their head forward, the wig doesn't look choppy or weird. But this process honestly just takes a couple seconds just to, make sure your cut is very clean. Okay, y'all see that? Only right that I give you guys a slow motion moment so we could give a little commotion for the bob. Okay, y'all see what I see. Y'all see that cut.
Choppers this full. Right before rapping on God, I was trapping. Still get my Glock and LaCour. I got my cake from Osama bin Laden. Look, he signed this shit. I'm pro a gang. If you reach for my chain, and a nigga gon' die in this bitch. ABC.
Now that I'm done cutting the bob, it's the perfect length, the perfect cut. I went and grabbed my hot comb, and I'm just going to go ahead and flatten up the top a little bit more. Try to get rid of some flyaways, and I'm just adding the finishing touches to the wig. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my flat iron again just to bump the ends. I don't like when the ends, especially when it comes to a bob, I hate when it's too blunt. It's okay to bump it just a little bit. You bump it to your liking. I just like it just slightly bumped, but not too much. Once I flat iron the whole wig again and have it to my liking, I'm gonna go ahead and get my Sebastian hairspray, spray it on top of the head, and pass my hand on top so I can take away the flyaways. I highly recommend this Sebastian hairspray. Trust me on this. If you're in the hair industry, you need to get you a Sebastian hairspray. I am so serious. Amazon, TJ Maxx, whatever. Get you one. And this is the final look, you guys. See how I kept the video cute, short, very demure, very mindful. But thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, comment, and tune in next Friday for the next video, you guys. Bye.